If you don't know what shiplap is, then your wife doesn't watch enough HGTV where Chip and Joanna, people from Texas, put shiplap on everything and sell it for twice as much. Like that's their whole spiel. Welcome back to Privy. Privy is a podcast about bathrooms, recorded from my home bathroom. I'm your host, Hunter Hoover, and I love bathrooms. I hope you guys are doing really well this week. It's been kind of a hectic couple weeks here. I'm recording this in between two summer trips, and so if you're hearing this and you're like, well, what the heck? I just spent a weekend in Seattle with my wife. We played a trainload of Pokemon Go and walked the city. I believe in 3 days, I walked almost 50,000 steps. So I'm sure there's folks who live in Seattle who are like, those are rookie numbers, kid. But yeah, the biggest day was Saturday, and I had almost 21,000 steps during the Pokemon Go event on Saturday for GoFest. And it was super cool to be a part of that. You know, we were out there, and it was nice to get away as my wife and I were celebrating our anniversary. So, yeah, it was fun to do so and just kind of, not have the basic work responsibilities of the week to week. So it was good. And then we are gearing up. I'm recording this in between that trip and a trip that we are making to Montana. So when you hear this episode, I will be driving back from Montana. I will have already made that trip, but I didn't want to take my full record setup, and I've been toying with getting a little bit better audio quality. So hopefully that has come through. But yeah, we're looking forward to this, and not too many like crazy updates. I did have like an emergency. I need to run to the toilet this week. Not sure what it was, because I don't think this was a food thing. I think this was a combination of like I drank too much caffeine after working out situation. But yeah, it was a terrifying experience. My wife may have gagged once when walking into the bathroom to light a candle. And for most people, they'd be like, wow, that is a shameful thing. But to me, it really is a thing of pride, you know. Not that happened to her, but that like, yeah, it's just something to be able to produce something that awful. Do you know what I mean? And I know a lot about that. Thanks for being here. We're going to dive right into the topic this week. And if you follow the podcast on socials, you probably saw that the Cintas Corporation, which we covered in pretty good detail about a year ago, they have selected their finalists for the America's Best Restroom 2022. And so at the time of this episode's release, you still have about 3 weeks to go and vote. So I believe you can vote once per day, and I would encourage you to do so. We're going to go through all the bathrooms today. We're going to talk about each one and where they're at and what they're doing. And then bottom of the show here, I might tip my hand and show my cards and reveal my and share my thoughts about what maybe should be the best restroom. And so let's get right into it. We're going to jump right in. First of all, I want to say that giving less than a month for this voting to occur, I don't know if that's a strategy of the Cintas Corporation, but it's definitely like, it's interesting. I want to also highlight last year, the Two Cities Pizza Company had won the prize, and their bathroom was really something else. It was modeled after like a New York style subway system, and so it was a really cool bathroom, and with this pizza style and New York style pizza subway system from New York, it was themed pretty well. And also, they as a company, shout out to the Two Cities Pizza Company, they as a company are just a cool company. They do a lot to give back to the community and donate, and so they were very deserving of the prize. And this year we're going to poke through this list. I want to note, if you can go to the America's Best Restroom website, and we've got a link to that in the Privy drum.io page there, so you can find that link, and I'll leave that active until the actual date. But I want to note that a lot of these bathrooms, the pictures provided, I guess, by the Cintas Corporation, or God forbid, by those who submitted it, many times it doesn't do these bathrooms the most justice. Like, there's a few of these that would served to have had a different picture that a simple Google search did render for me. So if you're interested in seeing more about these, you can go and Google and see more images of each of these locations. But we're going to speak specifically to the data that the Cintas Corporation provides on their website. So the first finalist in the America's Best Restroom 2022 is the Delaware Botanic Gardens in Dagsboro, Delaware. First of all, Dagsboro is a phenomenal city name. And man, when you look at these pictures, first of all, just like the first thing is there's a lot of nature. Obviously, they're botanical gardens. It's just a few miles south of Delaware beaches. It was designed as a local firm for an SEA studio architects, and later they like remodeled it into this new bathroom. So this is a recent remodel. It's got natural cedar like siding to make it look like a part of the whole deal. It has like stormwater management practices and rainwater collection that feeds a living wall, dry riverbed, rain garden. So like it has some rain collection as part of this. So this is a part of the Delaware Botanical Gardens. And here's what we need to say. So the Delaware Botanical Gardens here, you know, they're located gardens out of Sussex County, and it's a really kind of a cool thing. Like, you go in here and see all the rad pictures of flowers and stuff that they have going on. They host events and all sorts of other stuff, and they're a member of the American Public Gardens Association. So, like, you know, they're a typical botanical garden. And what I do want to note here is this facility of theirs recently opened. It opened in March of this year, and so these bathrooms are fairly new, and these restroom facilities, like they have a picture of their staff in front of the ribbon cutting for these bathrooms, and you know, shout out to them for giving that much credit. They do look really nice. They've kind of got that modern aesthetic that overlooks the nature of the Delaware Botanical Gardens. So it's not a bad pick. They're very nice bathrooms, very new bathrooms. So the first finalist there is the Delaware Botanical Gardens. The next listed is a location called Eberly out of Austin, Texas. And Eberly, it looks like one of these old fashioned like dining places that's kind of like been set up in the husk of some other thing, but it has like a really old fashioned, like kind of fancy feel to it. Their website says that Eberly is a thoughtful collection of dining, drinking, and thinking spaces. Now, I've never been to this location, I gotta say that, but like, I'd be interested to know what a thinking space is. I'm not saying that there's nothing against the Eberly. It's probably a fine establishment, but I'm interested in what exactly a thinking space is. I will note that the Cintas Corporation's America's Best Restroom website, they highlight very, very good photographs of Eberly's bathrooms. And essentially what you have going on in this is kind of like an old, I don't know what the right term for it is, but their design is centered around like a New York style, I would say like maybe late 1800s, early 1900s style. It has like old like tavern vacancy lights outside of all of these individual stalls. So you go in and you can see, well, which ones are vacant or not. It has a lot of like European and all of these different like contrasts. And the bathroom is painted in this really deep cobalt blue. It almost looks like, it's very dark, but somehow these vacancy lights give it a cool look. It's a cool contrast. Like that metallic, that cobalt blue is almost metallic in reflection, which might not be what you want when you're taking a deuce, like being able to see yourself in the walls as you do your shameful deeds. But no, it's a very cool bathroom. What I'd like to note is neat is it's kind of got that old-fashioned rustic feel, and it's not a newer bathroom. Also, it fits the aesthetic and the theme of Eberly. Like, it goes well with the establishment that it is housed by. So that's Eberly out of Austin, Texas. The next is the only Oregon submission, and it's the Headland Lodge and Spa in Pacific City, Oregon. So, the Headland Lodge it's a lodge and spa. It's kind of like one of those, we're gonna get away for the weekend and like be pampered type places. It's a coastal getaway. So if you're not never been to Oregon, Pacific City, if it's not in the name and you couldn't tell, like it's on the coast. So, this houses a lot of like tourism for the area. It's a pretty fancy establishment. When you go on their website, it has all sorts of accommodations and experiences. And when you click on the journal, I want to note that so far the Delaware Botanical Gardens are the only ones who have like listed their bathrooms as a feature of their place, which is good. And the Headlands, to my knowledge and in my searching here, I cannot find any like reference on their website to their bathrooms. So then we are left to the submission on the America's Best Restroom 2022 website. What's cool is they have this like almost like copper stone looking cut sink, and yeah, it's wave like concrete sink with touchless faucets. That's nothing these days. Like, no offense to the Headland Lodge, but like touchless faucet, who ain't got touchless faucets? You know what I'm saying? It has dark shiplap. If you don't know what shiplap is, then your wife doesn't watch enough HGTV where Chip and Joanna people from Texas put shiplap on everything and sell it for twice as much. Like that's their whole spiel. It has a rustic look, but it is a modern bathroom. It does have this like cool oak design as like a tree. It almost it's hard to describe, but the picture is cool. It's a cool bathroom. It's a very nice bathroom, very modern bathroom. The next submission is the La Patisserie in Charleston, South Carolina. The La Patisserie is a part of a hotel, the Hotel Bennett. And this restroom, I assume, is like in the lobby near the La Patisserie. Obviously, when you look up the La Patisserie, it brings up the hotel. And when you type in the restrooms for the hotel, it doesn't do a lot to service showing this featured bathroom. It shows a lot of the bathrooms of individual hotel rooms within the hotel. But this one is themed out of France and matches the theme for the patisserie. It has this chic gold accented wallpaper, which might be a wild thing for my eyes, but it is kind of cool looking in the pictures. They have these cool chandeliers in the bathroom, and like, again, it's a very nice bathroom. It's a very modern bathroom. It would be a swell bathroom to use. And again, most of these are single stall. We're going to get into that in a little bit. You're going to see. So that's the La Patisserie. I wish I had more to say about some of these, but like, yeah, I'll share my thoughts here at the end. We're going to go through. We have just a handful more here. The next is the Newark Liberty International Airport Terminal B all-gender restroom in Newark, New Jersey. And so this is one of these new features. I got the experience when I was in Seattle this last weekend, a couple weekends ago by the time you hear this, of using an all-gendered bathroom. And what I'm going to say is it's a good idea to help like the people who need to have that pressure and tension alleviated of like, oh, I got to figure out my thing. But there is definitely this weird, like, this isn't a normal bathroom experience. And I watched a number of people walk up to the bathroom as a woman, seeing a man come out of the bathroom space that they're entering, and they kind of stop and they're like, am I getting this all wrong? Like, am I headed in the wrong direction? And so whether or not you are wanting the all gendered like restroom, there is a learning curve and people adjust to the social stigmas of how things were. One of the things that is a result of this is, there ain't a perfect system. Not everybody's going to be always comfortable, and that's all you got to know about it. But the Newark, New Jersey, Newark Liberty International Airport Terminal B all gender bathroom, it's got a very good, like, pretty blue and like modernist. They claim that it was built in the 1970s, but like this is very obviously like a remodeled bathroom that they have recently redone. And they have like some cool amenities for families, and they also have like local pictures and things like that. And it's just a very new, very modern, very hip looking bathroom. So that's what you're getting into with it's pretty cool. It is what it is, and here we are. Yep, they claim that this creates a calming environment. And again, based on my experience with the all-gendered bathrooms that I had in Seattle, which I would argue that the all-gendered bathroom that I used in Seattle, I'm going to share a little bit about it. I might be fixing to put it in as a 2023 nomination, if you know what I'm saying, because it was better than a couple of these. But continuing on, we're gonna keep moving. Oh, and all the individual stalls have like their own aesthetic. Like one is shown to have like cherries, the other has like a sunflower. It's kind of cool. Little individualism in each stall there. But the next bathroom is the number 5 Bistro and Bar out of Sedalia, Missouri. Now, this bathroom is weird. So the number 5 Bistro and Bar, it is in a restored 55,000 foot building from the 1800s. Already dope. Like, if you're running a bistro and bar out of a building that was built before, Hitler was defeated, that's rad. Like, that's just cool. They note their deep history, the restaurant's vibe. It's outfitted with the original sinks and brick and penny floor tiles, which have been, I assume, treated and had some things done, with some modern, like, minor touch-ups. Like, and if you look at this bathroom, this thing's pretty dope. The lighting's cool. It's got that, like, old school bathroom feel. So now we got to go over to number 5 Bistro. Number 5 Bistro and Bar, Sedalia, Missouri. So jumping over to the Bistro and Bar's website here. Dang, established 1866. That's awesome. Wow, the inside of this bistro is awesome too. Like, to say nothing of their like bar. And my hunch is that this is a locally owned establishment. Let's go on to the news and articles. This is usually, wow, that their stuff is all about like, let's go to their story. I want to check this out because I think this one's cool. Hey, you know what? If you live in Sedalia, Missouri, here's what I'm gonna say. Like, I just did a little bit of go check out the number 5 Bistro and Bar. Like, if I'm ever in Sedalia, Missouri, which I'll be honest, I don't think I will be, but like, say nothing of their bathrooms. This place looks rad. It looks like an awesome place. I would go there. I would have lunch and or breakfast there for sure, and it would be good. But jumping back over to the America's Best Restroom website, the pictures they have for this bathroom are very cool. It kind of has this like green tinted, almost emerald bathroom, but then they have these like old fixtures. This sink is amazing. And the brickwork is cool. Some of the brick has been painted green, so it gives this big contrast. Very cool bathroom, and it's vintage. It's an old school bathroom, so they're not, in my opinion, relying on the like modern amenities to get by here. I think it's very cool. The next is the North Hollywood Recreation Center in North Hollywood, California. And this is to my knowledge, the only bathroom submitted that is a self-cleaning bathroom. So they installed these bathrooms in the North Hollywood Rec Center area to help with the homeless population in the area. This is what the website claims. And these bathrooms are cool. Like they after so many flushes, they clean. They have like graffiti and vandalism resistant surfaces, so they can get that off quick. And they're self-clean. They're just kind of like a clean public restroom for people who don't have access to public restrooms or restrooms where a purchase would be necessary. So these are pretty cool looking. Again, they're modern. They're not something very fancy, but they do have some pretty cool technology in them as far as like these self-cleaning features and that type thing. So, I mean, it'd be worth checking out. You know, like these would be pretty rad to see, but like it's mostly in the gimmick of the self-cleaning feature. Like that's nothing to knock, and it's a cool thing. Don't get me wrong, but like okay, we're gonna move on. The next is the Stone Mountain Public House in Stone Mountain, Georgia. So this one is a single stall bathroom for sure, no doubt. It serves one person, but this bathroom is located inside of Stone Mountain Public House, which is called a piano bar. It's called a cigar and piano bistro. It's an interesting place. They've got like the sing-along piano and all this other stuff, and it's kind of cool. Like this Stone Mountain, I wish their website had more pictures, and I get it, you know, like you do what you can, but yeah, this public house, it's a weird vibe, but again, the bathroom is the thing that has been featured here, and their website. Let me make sure I get my facts straight before shouting out on this. Yes, their website does show pictures of their own bathroom, including like a beer tap faucet tap, which is kind of rad. Yeah, it's a cool little bathroom. It's like a single stall that you go into and you do your thing. It's got that personal touch of a private-owned business. It's a nice little bathroom, very clean looking, very homey. It almost looks like a bathroom that you would see in a well-decorated like old-fashioned home. It's pretty cool. The next bathroom is the Tampa International Airport bathroom in Tampa, Florida. So this is another one of those remodel jobs, and they put in more durable, large graphics, freshly cleaned aesthetic. It's very white in like its whole vibe. Like its vibe is like, I'm clean because my surfaces are metal and white. A lot of mirrors, more mirrors than I need in a bathroom. But yeah, everything's kind of modern and cool looking. Like it looks like a bathroom of the future, but it has just like upgraded versions of things that every bathroom has. So that's the Tampa International Airport bathroom. And then the final entry here is from Tori out of, I believe, Orlando, Florida. So this is a place called Tori. And my first like reaction to this bathroom is wow, that's a lot of green. Now, and not in a way of like, you know, I said the number 5 Bistro's bathroom had some emerald going on. This thing is like oops all green. Now, Tori is a Japanese pub. And they boast that modern meets traditional at their website. They've got, you know, they're featuring a lot of their cocktails and that type thing. And so this is like a Japanese bar. Let's go to their gallery, see if we have any bathrooms. Bathroom pictures featured in their gallery. Mostly food and alcohol, I'm seeing. Yeah. No bathroom pictures, no mention of their... Yeah, so... It's a cool looking bathroom. It's very green, but we have to rely on the America's Best Restroom website for our images on the bathroom. And so jumping back down here, Tori, Orlando, Florida. It's got a cool marble like sink situation. The wallpaper choice is interesting. It's a lot of palm leaves, which I get for Florida and that Japanese vibe. It's very green, looks very clean, cool looking sinks. So here's my 50 cents about these restrooms. America's Best Restroom 2022. I'm not going to speak to compare it to last year's entries. What I will say is the Two Cities Pizza Company, their bathroom is very rad, and I believe their bathroom would have beaten the bathrooms this year. That said, I'm going to tilt my hand, but before I tilt my hand, I want to note, if you want a treat, and voting for this one is closed, but if you wanted a treat, and yeah, man, you can't really view these, but I took a look at some of the Canadian. So, our frosty neighbors to the north, ye olde Canada, they have their version of it's called Canada's Best Restroom, and from what I could tell, their entries for 2022 were just stellar, like stellar. And here's my spiel. I'm not trying to down talk any of the entries for America's Best Restroom. Like, obviously, those are all good bathrooms. They wouldn't be submitted. But these are best, not goodest. Not like, hey, we got to get, like, our thing, you know. I just feel like there was a lot of bathrooms in here that were just, like, very nice bathrooms, but there's nothing special about them other than they're new and they're flashy looking. And so if you want my opinion, I ain't got time for those. Skip those. So I'm sorry for those bathrooms. Now, I will say the self-cleaning bathroom in California, that thing's pretty cool, but it doesn't look cool. Like it looks clean, which is fine. Bathrooms should be clean. And catch this self-cleaning bathroom when it hasn't just self-cleaned itself, you know what I'm saying? And so for me to tip my hand, and the Georgia Public House, it's very nice, but it's like this weird single stall bathroom tucked away. And to me, when I look at it, I go, man, I almost feel like that's like a person's bathroom at home. It's a cool bathroom, and it's on my top few here. But for me to tip my hand, and the number 5 bistro and bar, this old-fashioned sink is so dope. Like, it's so next level. And the brick and the whole thing is just very good. It's a good bathroom. Also, their like entire vibe and their spiel on their website, they just look like the number 5 bistro. That's the Privycast pick, with the close second being Eberly out of Austin, Texas. It's just a cool looking bathroom. These vacancy lights are very rad. And we're not trying to steer the ship. Like, it's America's Best Restroom. So like, go vote and vote multiple times. You can vote up until the 26th of this month, August. But yeah, Privycast's pick here has got to be that number 5 bistro. It's just a very good bathroom. We'll be putting some pictures of all of these in the socials after this comes out. But yeah, feel free to let us know which one you voted for. You can tag the show with your vote, however you want to do it. Send us an email. We're privycast@gmail.com. You can follow us on socials. See what all the nonsense I'm getting up to over there at Privycast. Yeah, we'd love for you to leave us a rating or review. I know I say that, and I know it's probably like, oh, here we go. It's time to skip forward. Here's what ratings and reviews do. They help people find the show who otherwise might not know me or know one of my guests or be interested in bathrooms. It helps iTunes and Spotify and all the other weird things that people listen to this stuff on. It helps those services know who to stick this in front of. And so if you leave the show a rating or review, if you do it on Spotify, it takes like 3 seconds. You click the little stars and you're done. If you do it on Apple Podcasts, it can also take 3 seconds. But if you're really going for the gusto, you can write us a review, and if you do, we will read it on the show. So leave us the 5-star options preferred. We'd love for you to leave us a rating or review. And yeah, we'll try to get to some of those on the show. As always, we want to thank Kevin MacLeod for the use of Barroom Ballet as our intro and outro music. You can find Kevin's music at incompetech.com, and his music is licensed under Creative Commons License Attribution 4.0. Thanks, Kevin. This has been another episode of Privy. Thank you so much for joining me. And now, as always, don't forget to flush.